I'm telling you, everything is so strange, you know? So a lot of this advice is probably just gonna go to the next actor that is just getting started. That's where I'm at. I started this whole journey in 2021, taking acting seriously, trying to get an agent, try to be professional, get paid for what I do, and it's been working out. But I'm telling you right now, the difference I've seen in my life from a third person perspective, not so much a first person, right? I'm trying to step out of myself and try to explain what I'm feeling, what I'm seeing, what I'm doing to help the next person. And I'm telling you right now, there's a lot of actors that are just getting started. They listen to everybody but themselves, and then they get lost in the sauce, or they don't know the direction of their career, or they're a little aimless. And I'm telling you, you gotta aim, because I wanted that. I wanted to be very direct in what I do, you know? So I mention this all the time, but I just keep mentioning it because I feel like over time things change and my ideas evolve. So I started off admiring Jason Statham. I love his career. I love how a lot of his films are just him kicking ass and just, you know, a different career path in each of his characters, but they all end up kind of doing the same thing. And, you know, spiritually, on a spiritual level, I think it's really cool that if there was such a spirit of a Jason Statham reincarnated into a new life, but still returns to something that's well known as, you know, the martial arts, or kicking ass for justice, or, you know, getting revenge. I think that storyline's cool. And there's a lot of modern storytelling versions of it. John Wick. I mean, the list goes on and on of action heroes, right? For me, Jason Statham's a pinnacle, a very much like iconic version of that. I'm very aware of, you know, Sylvester Stallone's Rambo, Rocky, and then Arnold Schwarzenegger, Commando, and Predator, and all that stuff. But I'm telling you, as a beginning actor, like, you got to figure out what you love and what you can mimic. You know, what can you truthfully and honestly mimic and tell the truth about? For me, I've had that warrior spirit inside of me, and I've always liked to perform. So I hit the gym every day. And then from there, once I got that muscle, I had to reduce the body fat percentage, which included fasting, which included cleaning up the diet drastically, right? I had to make drastic decisions. And from there, we started auditioning and actually landing and booking roles. I think the funnier part for me is I have all this, I don't know, interesting adulthood behind this face, and yet I'm hired to play a 17-year-old more than once, 21 years old, which I'm not, by the way. So I just think that's so funny that I'm starting late in my life, but my characters, the ones I've played so far, the 4 movies I've led in, they're like a decade behind me. So a lot of the, what do you want to call it, maturity slash emotional boundaries, everything I had to build up to, you know, achieve the peace that I want in my life, I actually have to kind of, like, for the character's sake, I have to kind of go back and break down some of these laws for myself, so I can get more immersed in these scripts that have been handed to me, have been blessed upon me, and I've been blessed to play. So it's been really cool. But yeah, any actor out there that is just getting started, I'm telling you, like, things are gonna come to you if you're telling the truth through your performances. I would say 10 years ago, if I was 20, 21, there's no way I'd be booking these roles, because I wasn't even in a place to tell the truth about what was in here. And honestly, I was a very happy guy I had a lot of things sorted out for that time in my life, so I really didn't have anything to prove. And I think that was really cool, but also I think that's where I failed. And so now that a lot has been kind of stripped away from me, I'm able to use that to build back up in a very different direction that I thought my life would not really be going right now. But I think it's an advantage. So thank God. And you got to get these headshots. You got to get photographed. You have to be seen at any capacity that tells the truth for you. Every time you get a photo taken of you, it's always like, you know, a week later, a month later, down the line, down the road, and so much has happened in your real life that shows. It shows on your face. As much as you want to have your daily routine and all this and that, you can't hide what's on the inside, man. I'm telling you, like, I'll shake hands and I'll meet somebody, and just depending on how intensely they're looking at my eyes or how much they're avoiding my eyes, there is a sensibility about you, and I feel like you can't lie in front of this camera right here. Build that relationship with the camera, start talking to it like how I'm talking to you, and you got to find out what you are, you know. If you can't figure that out, I mean, you can play pretend all you want, and there's some actors that really make it work. I mean, there's some really famous actors that, you know, I can't break down their process. I mean, they're also well down their career, and they've been at this for decades that I can't speak on that. So there are actors out there that can really, really play pretend. But for my sake, if anything I'm saying is resonating with you as an actor that's starting out, I personally like the action genre, then you gotta find that darkness within you. You gotta find a way to express it. Just like any sport, athlete out there that has also got that acting bug in them. Yeah, you gotta safely express it. And I think the audition process is probably the best way to do it. It's the coolest way to do it. So definitely go find an agent that you resonate with, that you like their resume, their roster of people. Try to make sure that you're not, you know, too similar to anybody in there. And even if you look similar, do you sound different, right? So just do your best. I encourage all actors, even the ones that are really good at musicals and singing. Like, I've met some other actors on set, and I just hear them. They're like twinkling in the corner with their singing voice, and it's really, really good. And, you know, to encourage other actors, you should know the basis of where things kind of happen. And I do know that, like, the New York City market for agencies in acting, there's a lot of live action plays, theater, musicals. And so when I see that, I just say, man, you should really try to get into that New York market, you know. And then there's people that, I don't know, LA is kind of difficult right now to speak on because I hear a lot of it's leaving. It's kind of nostalgic at this point. A lot of things are being filmed overseas because it's just cheaper. So film is in a very interesting place. It's not gone, it's not dead. Definitely shifting. And of course I'm going to be like everybody else and say the streaming platforms have enabled a lot of good things, but also like ruined it for a lot of people. It's just more competitive. We're all in competition for projects and competing for attention, and there's just so many multifaceted platforms to do. So I'm gonna wrap up this message with saying, if you're a beginning actor like me and you've enjoyed what I've been doing, my stuff's not even really out yet, then just get specific with your journey, what you got to do to be seen, what you got to do to be heard, and don't compromise the truth. Yeah. And enough of that your truth bullshit. I'm serious. Don't compromise the truth, yeah? Alright. Alright, peace out, guys. Great video.